All right, hey guys. My name's Anthony Kimata. I'm a DP. In this case, for the project Mamma Mia, Lil Wayne is the artist on this one, directed by Mike Ho. So Mike's on the treatment for this video. It came with, like, for lack of a better term, a creative box, right? So now we could choose to color inside the box, or we could choose to color outside the box. And that's in turn the fun part, right? So he's a very lyrical artist, right? And so you want to make those bars that he's spitting come out and be like, okay, very accented. Some of the tools we used, one were programmed lighting, right? So things that we want to accent, we accented at the time that we wanted them to be accented. And we use this thing called a DMX board and a DMX board operator and moving lights. So like, for instance, in this frame, we started out with Wayne in this dark void. As the camera pushes in, he lights a lighter, and that's the first light that we see, right? And as the camera pulls back out, he starts talking about a toilet, and that's the next thing that we see. And he starts talks about plumbers, and you see a bunch of girls who are plumbers, but we used the audio cues of the song to reveal each aspect of each person. Yeah, so for instance here, we had an initial light that would be lighting Wayne coming from frame right. And then each of the girls, initially when the video starts, they're obscure. You can barely see here. Case in point is actually there's a girl standing right here that we don't see. But the cues for this girl, there's a girl behind him, and this girl, those cues have already gone on. The last cue to come on is this one, which at this point of this frame has not come on yet. And there's cues within the song to reveal the individuals. Now, if you apply that idea throughout 80% of the video, you get a gist for the technicality of the lighting, where the board up and I actually collaborated and actually programmed second by second what light turns on, where it moves, where it shows, and when it turns off, and what would be in its place when it turns off. So it's a cool little, for lack of a better term, play between subjects and lighting. Now the cues part, cueing the lights, the cueing part happened the day before the shoot. So we had a prep day, and pretty much it was just me, the lighting team, and the board operator there on set. So the technical portion of turning the lights and moving them, the DMX board handled. However, the points of contact where the lights would turn on and where they would turn on and where they would look, those were creative choices that I chose to emphasize whatever aspect I felt was important at the time. All right, so now this is another cool setup that we had where, funny enough, we're on a white cyc, and now on this one we actually had to kind of get creative with our resources, right? And this is, I can't stress this enough. It doesn't. A lot of times we fall under the impression that we don't have enough resources to get something done, but I think two things will mitigate that. One is collaborating, and the second thing is thinking outside the box, right? So in this case, we had 3 total sets. We had a black set, actually 4 technically. We're at four total sets, and most of the resources were spent on the other 3 in terms of lighting. So most of my lights were hang up on other sets that I can't really move down to address this set here. But this actually turned out to be one of my favorite sets. The cool thing about this was, because we're using moving lights, right? I'm able to keystroke in a program and point the lights wherever I want. Now the lights that are lighting this set, like for instance, you see this hot spot that's right here somewhere in the middle. The light that's lighting this set is actually on another set, and it's literally like all the way out there, like probably I'd say 80 to 100 feet away from us. and it's flying through the frame from a whole other set to influence this set and give it some dynamism. Of course, now we had our own key light and stuff that's coming in this world here, sky panel going this way, and you know, and a little top light coming in. But what brought the little pizzazz when you're playing between this light turning off, this light being on, and the, you know, the top light that we have up here also being off and on. And actually this one was on and off in a gradient, so you can actually turn off and on in any, like either forward, back, or left or right in any gradient we wanted to, so we can influence the shadows, how the shadows play, and beyond that. So we had that element, this element, and this third light, and the interplay between those being either off, on, or having a gradient across them, created interest throughout the frame. Naturally, Wayne is a very talented performer and he comes with high energy. Then on top of that, this track has like some of the most intense energy you can have in any song. It's relentless. It has no break. Like musically, it's like a one taker. There's no chorus to break it up. So it's like just go, 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 go. Now, how do we match that in terms of visually, right? And so between dynamic lighting, artist energy, and performance, we wanted to add an extra element, which is now camera movement. And in this particular setup, we wanted to create camera jumps, and we used the camera like in terms of forward and back, but not actually spatially. We used a zoom lens to do that. We actually had, funny enough, we had the camera on a techno crane, which can actually move forward and back, but we wanted to actually intensify that even more and even confuse that even more by like rapidly zooming in and out and creating like staccato effects of camera just jumping between subject and Wayne and his lyrics, and you know, and the cool thing about this too is this set will intercut with another set that's you know, we shot prior to this, and we'll have like a camera push in on Wayne on this lyric, and it will jump to a push in on the next shot on a cut, so it looks like a seamless push in, and he says something and then we pull back out and we push back into this one, and it's like, whoa, it's the same movement going between two shots, but it's a different shot, but it feels kind of like, for lack of a better term, seamless but